There we go, Sirens, continuing with the theme of leaving Los Angeles. Instead of this thing of leaving Las Vegas, leaving Los Angeles. So I'm right across the street from the Seventh Veil. You say, Eric, why are you putting a strip club in there? Because my very first, my second job, my first job, it paid about $1,500 to $2,000 a month. I made rent. I had a little left over, and that was it. It was in walking distance, so I didn't have much, expense with the cars and things like that when I came out here for acting. I had my agent and things like that. And then I was like, it'd be nice to figure out something else. And I kept bumping into my neighbor. We'd almost open the door at the same time, this young lady. And so I was always my friendly self. I was like, hey, how you doing? And that type of thing. And so then one day we opened the door at the same time. I actually put it in my movie because it was so cool. But opened the door at the same time, and she's like, so you want to walk my dogs? And I said, okay. And she said, well, how much you want to charge me? I said, well, when I had my handyman business back in Detroit, I charged $39 an hour. And I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to do anything like that. So why don't we just do $25 an hour, since you're right across from me? And she's like, okay, let's do it. And so we a nice smile from her. And so I started walking the dogs. I didn't know what she did. I don't ask questions. I don't like going to, what do I care what she does? She's paying me to do a job. And so anyway, we became friends, and then she started sharing with me different things. And the one night, she was like, hey, can you take me up to my job? She says, just on Sunset. This is Sunset Boulevard right behind me. I said, okay, no worries. And she said, I'll give you, I think it was $8 or something like that to drive me up there. I had my white minivan. One of my friends said, Eric, don't forget where you came from when you get famous. You had a white minivan when you first came out here. I had a kid's minivan because I had kids. And I had my tools in the back, and it was great for handyman business, that type of thing. That's what I used it for in Detroit and Chicago. So then, I drop her. I say, well, where are we going? She's like, the Seventh Veil. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know what it was. And so we walk, we go up there, and she said, this is where I work. I said, okay. And she's like, I'm a stripper. I said, okay. And I think she was a little surprised I didn't judge her. I never, said anything inappropriate or anything like that. I always treated her like a lady. And I think she really appreciated that. I know she really appreciated that because she told me. And then, but that was my first job, was an assistant to a stripper. She took me to Victoria's Secrets one time, tried on some scantily clad clothing. And I said, well, I guess I can do this. And it was $25 an hour. So then I advised her on the best outfits for her to pick out for her boyfriend. And so that's why I was like an advisor there. We went to Nordstrom's, did the same thing there with clothing. Went, different places, and then after a while, she had some challenges, and she kind of went, she'd call on me for security. One night, this guy came into the place, and I said, dude, you gotta leave. She doesn't want you here. And he's like, well, I'm gonna stay. I said, well, if you stay, then I'm gonna have to call the police. We don't want that situation to happen. So, I had all these hats that I was wearing when I first came to LA, not really knowing anything. I mean, I raised a family. I'd never been to a strip club in my entire life. And so it was just something that was a really amazing experience that I wanted to share with you as I'm possibly preparing to leave Los Angeles. No reference to the movie Leaving Las Vegas, but that was a very dark movie. This is a very positive situation, me leaving. And so then one night, my friend had a little too much to drink at the restaurant that we worked at. He wanted to go home. I said, no, you're not going home. And I blocked his door. I said, let's walk down here. Let's get some, he liked to smoke. I said, let's get you some cigarettes. You can kind of sober up a little bit, that type of thing. So we walked down. And then when I was there, this girl pulls up and she's like, Eric, what's up? And he's like, oh, how do you know her? You must be visiting street girls or something like that. She was dressed provocatively and kind of looked the part. And I said, no, she's just a friend I used to work for. I used to walk her dogs and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, right. But anyway, just a lot of great memories here, a lot of fun things that I would never have experienced that God led me into. And, the lady was not a Christian lady. But it just goes to show you that if you have the love of Jesus Christ in your heart, that you can make an impact in every single person you meet, no matter what their background is, no matter what they're doing or anything like that. And that's what I'm so thankful for my life, is that being able to make an impact and help other people and be friends with sometimes people that have struggle in trying to find honest, decent people to help them out. So you go do the same in Jesus' name. God bless you. And remember, He's the way to heaven. Have a really nice night. God bless you. Eric Barrett live from where am I again? Los Angeles. Okay. Bye-bye.